Christian, you made it to the top at
International Latin Ballroom Dancing. So cha-cha, samba, rumba, paso doble, jive, jitterbug.
What was that process like? Because I remember you saying you picked it up pretty quick. Like, how did you pick it up so quick?
Girls. That was the main driver. I was working at the Cheesecake Factory at the time as a host, going to community college, and I got invited into a dance class, and I was like, all right. So I took a class in Scottish Highland dancing, and I'm a guy from California. I had no idea what the heck that was, but there I was jumping around with them, and seemed to work. Mission accomplished. I got to go out with one of those girls, but that's what got me into it. Funny story. And that happened at 21. I wasn't raised as a dancer, but I started that at 21 and discovered, the world champs in ballroom dancing.
And then how old were you when you became the world champ?
I was at 23 as a jitterbug champion. Yeah.
Wow. So in 2 years.
2 years.
Wow.
I fully committed to training. That's just part of my DNA. But
what was that commitment process like? Because we're going to talk about building habits in a second. But
so much to talk about, but sure. What did I do? Is I reinvested in myself. So I took whatever money I was making, took those dollars, went to England, paid for lessons, stayed on people's couches, and trained as hard as I could, back and forth from New York, and that got me to Blackpool, which is the highest level of ballroom competition, and won a bunch of national comps on the way. So,
and you were telling me back there when we were talking, you said one of the things that you were really interested in talking to this audience about is perspective.
Yes. So the dancing is a fun little side note, but what I really can add value to everybody here is understanding that if you don't have perspective, that's what you need to gain, is understand perspective. So what paralyzes a lot of people from succeeding is lack of perspective. And unfortunately, not all of us have that as an asset. We don't have parents, right, that maybe did well to give us a perspective. Or we don't have that USC alumni camaraderie to help us take those next steps to move forward. So I had to find my own perspective. You need to understand, how am I going to get there? What's it going to take to get there? And that's what's going to help you move forward, because it kind of makes sense. You have a reason to do this. The biggest takeaway is this: how to ask people or how to gain more perspective is by not having fear. I know that's hard. I know that's easy to say, right? Easier said than done. But when you say, who are the 10 people you want to meet? You're nailing it right on the head, okay? You're nailing it right on the head. When I wanted to learn ballroom dancing, where were the best 10 people that I knew? They happened to be in England for some reason. So I had to fly to England. That's what I did. I found the top 3 and I flew to England to go meet the top 3. And I said, hey, I'm an American, probably your only American, but I want to win. And so they took me under their wing. That is the hardest part to do. It's easier said than done. Go meet those 10 people. But it really does change your life, because trust me, these people want to help you, right? So that's something that I want you guys to understand. These successful people, there's nothing better than they like to do than talk about how they became successful, right? So you're not imposing on them at all. If anything, you're brushing their ego a little bit, right? But many people think, I don't want to bother them. They want to help you. So just have that mindset. These top 10 that you're reaching, reach out to all of them, because if they're not going to help you, they'll have an assistant. Be like, hey, chat with them up, help them, kind of guide them, give them a perspective, right? So the more people that you talk to, trust me, they want to help you. People like to help. And when you get to a successful position, you're going to want to help too. I had 4 dance schools in California. They're called Christian Perry's Exclusive Dance Studios. And if I could have called them Christian Perry's Exclusive School of Confidence, is really what I was teaching and is really what they were buying. How do you gain that confidence? You got to chip away at busting past the nervousness. And when you go up to somebody, you talk to somebody, you gain a little bit of confidence. And you go up and ask, say, hey, how can you help me get to this goal? I really want to do what you're doing, and you're an example to me. You don't think that's going to rub their ego a little bit? They're going to love that. They're going to soak it up. Ask them, what do I need to do to get there? And as you develop that confidence, well, guess what? People hire weak people or confident people. So work on your confidence. Start now and work on that confidence by approaching people. The more you approach people, the more you'll be confident. So what kind of quality of life do you want? Right? Some people don't mind living in a 2,000 square foot house, or don't mind living in an apartment for the rest of their life. Are they poor or rich? If somebody that's happy living in a one-bedroom apartment for the rest of their life, are they poor or are they rich? Quality of life, they're happy. That's all that matters. So money is important, yes, but money? Do I have to have the billions of dollars to be rich? No, as long as my quality of life is good, I have financial freedom.